and it's been a flat set of margins when it comes to Thermax. But let's talk a little bit more about the results as well as their additional capex plans with Ashish Bhandari, who's the MD and CEO, joining us right now. Thanks so much for taking time out and being with us on ET Now. Let's start with numbers because your top line growth has been pretty steady, but margins were a bit flat. Just taking a look at your segmental performance, when, according to you, will we see margin recovery?
Hi, a very, very good morning to you and to all your viewers, Aisha. Our margins, if you take a longer look and not just a quarter by quarter look, have been improving for now a couple of years. Yeah, and the steady improvement that we have been seeing is something that you can expect in the future as well. Given a portion of our business is driven by projects, looking at just one quarter sometimes may not give a clearer picture. So I would request if we could take a slightly longer view, that balances things out. Of the three big parts that we have within Thermax, you will see the products and chemicals. Both of these, we are continuously growing profitability and growing it well. Projects is where we have up and down. The fourth part of our business, which is green solutions, it's a renewables platform. That is in an investment phase and will continue to have losses for another year. And we expect it to start breaking even and starting showing good profitability the year after.
Sure. All we wanted to understand, Ashish, was whether there's a trend in place here or not. So you did say that industrial infra is going to actually go up. Do you have visibility on when the margin recovery would take place there in this particular segment?
So industrial infra is not a specific period. It is more a project by project profitability. And I've been saying this for some time, that we have a pool of projects and some of our older projects have had perhaps lower profitability than we like. And those get cleared up on a periodic basis. And what we are bringing in, we are being very, very careful that we look to bring things that are strategic, that are potentially more profitable, or even if they are in a sector like bio-CNG, where we may start with a little bit of an initial tougher ride, they are in a sector where long-term we see consistent profitability. Yeah? So more and more the push is to get into areas that are more driven by energy transition, more driven by long-term sectoral shifts, and not look at project by project kind of work, which historically sometimes has given us lesser profitability than we would like.
Yeah, Ashish, just to take a leave from that conversation, over the last 5 years or a decade, you have been working a lot harder in terms of diversifying your portfolio, because earlier, of course, it was largely dependent on the power sector and the thermal power plants, etc. It's now, of course, chemicals and other products as well. But now recently, the commentary coming in from the Power Ministry suggests that there's going to be a large uptick in the thermal capex as well, whether it's the Talabira plant that we have seen from NLC and the other plants that even a lot of other entities are planning. Do you think it's time to refocus and reprioritize your portfolio to focus again on those mainstay power and thermal capex?
See, Thermax, and we've been saying this now for 3 years here, think of us as a company for energy transition and for a country like India, one that can bridge energy sustainability with energy availability. We are very, very clear that that coal has a big, big role to play in India's growth story, because something that provides 60% of India's current energy basket is not something you can take out entirely. So Thermax's push has been to make coal cleaner, make coal be less relevant to the CO2 footprint that it produces. So in that sense, we're working on coal gasification, carbon capture, a variety of different technologies. And as the government looks at putting up large-scale supercritical power plants again, whatever role Thermax has, we will look at it very, very carefully as well.
That's quite interesting. So tell me, a year, 2 years down the line, what's going to be your say, revenue mix? What's the pie going to be like? What segment is going to be contributing maximum to your revenues?
Look, I think where India is in a moment and where the world is in a moment, yeah, there's no shortage of interesting things to do. And specifically for us as a company, the focus is not on what the revenue mix would be, and what the focus is on what actions we can take, and where do we want to go out and invest. And there we see tremendous areas consistently. So if I may just take a step back and talk about what are the major trends that we are working across. Yeah. First is just adding lot more capabilities that are relating to energy transition and related technologies. So you will see things like bio-CNG, biomass, starting to do build, own, operate, hydrogen, variety of different capabilities we are looking to add to our product mix. Second is just the growth that India is seeing and the urbanization, which means capabilities around water, construction chemicals, cooling technologies, variety of these India would need. And so we are investing out there. The investment that we did and the small acquisition that we did was also in this regard, because India will need a lot more solutions around ultra pure water, not just in pharmaceuticals, in F&B, in semiconductors, variety of different industries. So we are looking to add a host of capabilities, and you will see similar themes in our chemicals business, in our cooling business, also emerge. Lastly, I would say a big part of our future will also be driven by project capability around biofuels and the like, and we are looking to bring a lot of new capability in the entire biofuel sector. Fourth would be renewables, and having good capability to be able to provide solar, wind, storage, hydrogen, all of these capabilities on a turnkey basis. So lot of new things going on, and I expect all four of these engines to continue to fire for the next several years, not just for the next quarter or few quarters.
So clearly being future ready. Ashish, on that note, we let you go. Thanks so much for making time. But from one management to another, and this one is a management of